Hey everyone, Dino Watt here, founder and creator of The Business of Marriage, and once again, welcome to a Marriage Minute. Real quickly, what I want to talk to you about today is about having what we call cash conferences. Money is such a big issue in marriage, and it actually is something that is the number one stated reason for divorce in this country. Years ago, I was being trained by a man named T. Harv Eker, the creator of The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And one of the things that he said was so brilliant that just caught me off guard because I was in the situation where he said, whether you're making a lot of money or you're making no money at all, whether you're spending a lot of money or you're being a miser and holding it all in, being a saver, you're managing your money one way or another. So whether you want to look at it, whether you want to be an avoider, whether you want to be a money monk, whether you want to be a spender or you want to be a saver, it doesn't matter. You're managing your money one way or another. So what you got to look at is, how's it working out for you? Now, being that money is not one of the number one reasons stated for divorce, we know that a big part of that is avoidance. People who really don't have a time to get together as a couple and really talk honestly about where they are financially. I'm talking to you from experience. Shannon and I were great avoiders and spenders for a very long time. And what we ended up doing is we ended up sabotaging each other because neither one of us knew exactly how much was in the bank account. We were very used to getting those overdraft charges. And, once those things start adding up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. One time, can I tell you a secret? One time, we had over 15 overdraft charges. In 1 week. That was wonderful. Don't you just love it when you have, 20 times 15? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. The point being is that we were able to get together and do what we call a cash conference. We actually learned this from the money couple, Bethany and Scott Palmer. They have a book out called First Comes Love, Then Comes Money. And I would show you that, but it's on my iPad. Anyways, they actually taught us this. It's called a cash conference. We love it. We actually now, every Sunday night, for us, every Sunday night, we get together. We open up our bank accounts, both of them, both our business and our personal. And we look at exactly how much money is in our account. We look at what came in, what hasn't come in yet. And then we talk about what should be coming in. We have an exact budget for exactly what's going out every month and when, so we know when it's going to come out, and what should be coming in. Now, we're entrepreneurs, so that changes quite a bit all the time. However, knowing what goes out helps us put intention on our month of knowing exactly how much we want to come in. It helps us to be able to figure out, hey, what is it that we need to work on and where do we need to focus? And it also helps us budget a lot better. Now, I know this might sound crazy and foreign to some of you out there that are spenders and avoiders, but let me just tell you this. Knowledge is power. I know that sounds cheesy, a little G.I. Joe-ish from the 80s. I know you can see where I grew up. But knowledge is power on understanding where your money is or isn't. Even knowing, because, Shannon and I, we're pretty creative people. So at the times where we've had no money in our account, it's like, okay, or not no money, but little money in our account. We go, okay, we have this amount of money. How are we going to make this work for us and the things we need to do? And now what's the plan to get more money in there? It helps out so much. It gets you both on the same page. I highly recommend you doing a cash conference with your spouse. Making sure you're getting together, making sure you're understanding how both of you understand and feel about money. Now, if you don't know that, I highly recommend go ahead and finding a money personality quiz online. There's a ton of them. The Palmers have a really great one. There's another one out there. I can't even think of the name yet. But just go up and look for money personality tests, and you can do it online. Find out what your personality is. If you don't know what you are already, if you think you know what you are, it's sometimes a good eye-opening. The Palmers, what's great about theirs is they actually talk about how you're a mixture of two typically, which was a big eye-opener for Shannon and I once again. But here's some steps to take in your cash conference. Let me just give this to you. Number 1, make sure that the kids and everything else is not a distraction. So the kids are in bed, do it after bed. Make sure that there's no TV on. You're not trying to do it in the middle of doing something else. Focus your time and energy together. That's number 1. Number 2, this is not a time to complain or argue about money. That's a rule that needs to be set up. If you don't know how to argue correctly, make sure you get our CD, The Rules for Arguing. That's a great help. It helps you have great, powerful conversations. But you want to be able to make sure that you are making this a place where it's not about money. And number 3 is it's only about money. not arguing about money, I should say, number 2. But number 3 is that it's not about anything else other than money. Don't bring in this, don't bring in that. Just bring in what it is about the money you need to understand. Be enlightened with each other. One of the great things that you can do is online, if you have a bank account online, you can actually go there, and most online banks nowadays have an opportunity for you to be able to download their own software, or maybe they partner with somebody like Intuit or Quicken, and they're able to show you, break down where your money is going every month. This is a great thing for us. One of the months I remember we were talking about our entertainment budget, and we love to go to the movies, but we looked at what our entertainment budget was, or what we spent, not budget, we didn't have a budget back then, what we spent on movies for the entire 3-month period. So they break it down into quarters, and we spent like something like $340 or something like that. But it then told us, hey, if you just cut back on that for 10% a year, you would save this amount of money. And it was a big eye-opener. Okay, here's number 4. Number 4 part of a cash conference is, at some point, especially if you have kids above the age of, say 9 years old, and even more so if you have teenagers, get them involved. Get them involved and getting together as a family. If you want to go on a family vacation, you want to do something cool and fun as a family, you want to buy something neat for the house, get them involved so that they also can see, hey, let's get together with our cash conference and let's get our budgets together. I'll give you an example. Shannon and I had a family meeting together. We brought the kids in and we lined up on a board all the things that they wanted. Some of the things they wanted. My son wanted an airsoft rifle gun. My daughter, she's 14, she wants a car in 2 years. So we put together the things that they wanted. Then we put together on there how much they thought they would need for each one of those. And we gave them a good range, give or take $20, $50. And then we broke that down into a year to 2 years from now. Now they could see how much money they needed to put aside. And here's the miracle thing that happened in our family. My son and my second daughter love to spend the money as soon as they get it. I wonder where they get that from. But they actually were able to see, oh my gosh, if I just took this little bit amount of money, and I took a little bit to spend and have fun with, but I also took this and budgeted over for that, in just a year or 2 years, I can have the thing that I want. So this just came up recently. We had our thing, we usually do it like every couple of months, but we had our thing, and my son wanted to go see a movie. He's really excited about this movie that came out, and I love to go to movies, and I said, okay, Hayden, now we can go do this, and you're going to have to spend some of your money on that, or we could wait a month until it comes out on the Dollar Theater, and we can go see it for $1 and save ourselves, $10, $15. And he was like, oh yeah, okay, that's totally fine. There was no argument, there was no fight, there's no disappointment. There was like, oh yeah, now I have a goal. So the 4th step is get your kids involved. When they're involved, it makes it so much easier to avoid the arguments about the things that they want versus things that they want in the future. So that's my marriage minute for you today. Cash conferences. Make sure you get together and you're on the same page about money. Look, if you need professional help on that, get accountants, get friends. But really, on the basic format, you're managing your money one way or another. Why not be informed about how you're managing your money? So, hope that serves you well. Hope you enjoyed that. Remember always, you're responsible for you. Make it a safe place in your home and play full out in your own business of marriage. Thanks. See you next time.